Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, what did we do? I think we brought this stuff over, got the ender chest, killed some blazes, all that kind of fun stuff. I believe that was last episode. I don't remember. It's been a while, unfortunately, since I've been able to play this because, well, that. Quartz is really slow coming, so I think we need to fix that, and that's what we're going to start working towards today. Now I would like to have the platform built and have all that stuff and start working on some other stuff before I continue working on this little, for lack of a better word, ghetto platform. But we can't pick and choose everything, so we're gonna start getting to work on getting some better quartz seeds. So if we take a look at quartz seeds, these guys. So quartz seeds. The magical crops quartz seeds will give us quartz essence, which will give us 8 nether quartz for every 9. It's not bad, but considering that this is a lot faster than the quartz minthium, which this guy, the quartzanthemum seeds give us quartz shards, and those take 9 to get 1. That's terrible. So we're gonna work towards the quartz seeds, but in order to do that, we're gonna need a we're either going to need what is it? We need to get either the dense nether quartz ore, or we need to compress the nether quartz ore. And since I haven't actually seen any nether quartz ore, which I only have 11 in here, that's because I have an entire stack in here. So I've been mining for a bit. Now I could go ahead, and if I look at the uses of this, we could go ahead and get, let's see, we don't have an enrichment chamber. This is the best way to get nether quartz from the ore. It's 6 for every 1, but the best we can do is pulverizing it for getting 3, or we could smelt it with some soul sand and get blocks. So we could take a stack of blocks that way. That's not very good. We don't have any automated soul sand set up yet. I did go ahead and run some soul sand through this guy, got a little bit of stuff, but if we want to make this out of quartz, we need to get better quartz production. So let's start working towards that. And one of the things that we're going to want with all of that is the agricraft farming station. It's the farming station from Ender.io, but it's upgraded to be agricraft. And this allows you to do a lot of really cool stuff. It does require a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of conductive iron and electrical steel. Now neither of those are all that difficult to make. It's just some coal dust and iron and silicon, but it's going to take some time. But before we can really do any of that, I'm not going to worry about that until we get the quartz seeds. Now, the first thing that we're going to want to do is get some power production, some better power production than these furnace generators. So what we're going to do is we're going to get an ender generator. This isn't too bad to make. We need iron block. We're going to make 1 for now, and then as we need to, we can upgrade them. That won't be too much of an issue. We need 1, 2... I don't have many ender pearls. Oh well. I need 5 ender pearls. We're gonna need redstone, 2 redstone, and a furnace, which I can never remember because I play so many mod packs. Alright, it is the 6, 7, 8, 9. It is this version of furnace. So recipe Take that out, and there's the furnace. Block of iron. 2 ender pearls, and then we need some blaze powder. I swear I had more blaze powder. Where am I gonna get more blaze powder? Do I have any more back here? No. So I'm gonna have to get some blaze powder. That's a little bit of a pain, but not really. So I'm not like super concerned about that. Basically we need to get a lot of stuff taken care of. And I will be honest, we're probably going to take some breaks from different things. We'll get back into the armor making because I really, really want to make the top tier armor for the... oh, we only need 1 more blaze powder, so... I'm trying to think, what's going to be the best way to get blaze powder? Blaze powder comes from blaze rods, of course, but we can also get it from dust. Alright, so I have some compressed dust. Let's just do this. Throw that in there and hope for the best. So I should have some compressed cobblestone somewhere, I thought. Yeah, I have a whole bunch in here. I have a whole bunch of compressed everything, to be perfectly honest. So, the plan is going to be this. We're going to spend some time today. We're going to get a couple of things. We're going to make our first machine frame. And the reason why we're going to do all that stuff is just to kind of get a little bit of stuff established so that was weird. Weird lighting glitch when you mouse over that. Are we going to get any blaze powder at all? Or do I need to get more dust? Let's take this out. Throw it in there. Come on. No blaze powder. Of course. Alright, so let's take all this stuff out. Actually, let's just take it all out. Except for the iron. The iron can stay in there. We could put this stuff in here. And this stuff in here. So we just need some more dust. Should not be a problem. Let's see. Get some compressed sand. Let's get like 13 of this. And we can vein mine this with our... There it is. Crushing pickaxe. So kind of the plan is going to be this. We're going to spend this episode getting a lot of stuff prepared for making a lot more fun stuff with getting our first machine frame and doing a couple of things to make the quartz production a little bit easier. Basically making our way towards the quartz seeds. And then we might take a break the next episode and do some work with something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But while we're waiting on that, I also want to upgrade the capacitor bank. So if we look at our quests, I can never remember which one is which. We have the vibrant capacitor bank. We need to make one of these. We have the basic capacitor bank. We need to make yet another one of these, which isn't too bad. It's going to require... Actually, we can't. We need 8. Okay, we can almost make that. So we'll have to wait on that. So let's kind of look around and see if there's any other quests we can do. I guess let's just start making the basic machine frame. That's going to unlock some other stuff. So this isn't too bad to make. We need a machine chassis, which is just some steel, iron bars, and a capacitor. I think we can handle that. Since we set up the capacitor seeds, that makes my life a lot easier. And everything will be better for that. Do we have any iron bars lying around still? Are they here? We have dark iron bars, and we do have iron bars as well. So I believe it's like so. Some steel. There we go. Cool. So we need a machine chassis. That's the first step. And this needs to go in here. The next thing we need 4 glass, 4 invar. Not too bad. Not too difficult. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And invar 4. Again, not too bad. Not too difficult. Nothing that's terrible. So the last thing we need, also this is going to take 500,000 RF. Now, we have a thing right there that has 100,000, so it could take a little bit. But the last thing we need is energetic alloy gear. So we need an iron gear, which is a stone gear, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we also need 4 energetic alloy. We have 3. Really? Really? Alright, so this isn't too bad to do. If I go to the... Where is it? Right there. The rate machine. We have an octactic capacitor in that guy, so it should go really fast. And there we go. Cool. So that will allow us to make... that still doesn't have... Oh. Alright, I have another crafting table. So we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4 wooden gear, stone gear, iron gear. I think there's a better way to do this, by the way. So iron gear, yeah, just 5 iron, but and then there's also basic gear, so you can kind of skip a step. That's the same cost, but doesn't really matter. I think the iron gear would have probably been the easiest, but oh well. We use some cobblestone and sticks. I think we'll live. So we just come over here and we throw this in here, and there's our first machine frame. So this already had some energy in it. It already had 100,000 RF. Really? Cool. That makes my life a little bit easier. So if we can get 8 capacitors, we can make a better generator. There is the last blaze rod, or blaze powder rather. So we can just do one of these and make an ender generator. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and plug this in. We're just going to put it right here. And let's grab a stack of ender lily seeds. So we're getting this from our mob farm, and this is going to produce 480,000 RF. It'll take a little bit, but this is going to produce a lot of power. So yeah, this should be done pretty quickly. So while we're waiting, if we can get the capacitors, we can get rid of all this stuff. So eventually our main power, for the time being at least, is going to be ender generators, because they're not too expensive. Basically everything we can get from our mob farm, other than the blaze powder, which eventually we'll have a blaze spawner, that won't make too much difference. And yeah, it's kind of it's a pretty simple thing to make, and it's very efficient. Ender lilies are wonderful in it. You can use ender pearls, you can use Eye of Ender, or I think you can even just pump in resonant ender. But if we want to make a capacitor, if I can spell capacitor bank, can you make it creative? No. The basic one requires 4 conductive iron, so we're going to need 8 of these, plus 2 blocks of redstone. So there we go. By the way, we're going to need another machine frame. That one is already done. We are going to need another one for the things I want to do, but we'll get to that soon enough. So unfortunately that's going to require more capacitors. But yeah, so there is the machine frame basic, and that should be a quest. Yes, I'm going to take the middle reward bag, and then that's going to unlock what is thermal expansion. We can start doing hardened, which this guy, the recipe for this requires the basic, some bronze, ferrous gear, which you can only make with a metal press, which we haven't got to yet, and then vibrant alloy. We'll get to that stuff later. I need a soul vial right now. There is a zombie guy that I'd really like to capture. Oh, it's the other way around, isn't it? I don't have enough fused quartz. Wait, how do you make the soul vials again? I don't remember. Soul vial, yeah, it's 1 solarium. So hopefully he'll stay there for a second. And it's right. Misclicking. It's right here. Something is backing the system up. Bones. Wow, we are full on bones. Alright, I'll fix that in a moment. Is he still there? I hope he is. Because zombie villagers are actually kind of useful. You can get villagers that way. Otherwise, there's only a couple ways to get villagers. Alright, so it is night. You are a zombie villager. Cool. So let's make real quick a 1, 2 a void upgrade for Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones Wild Ride. I've never actually understood that meme, whatever. Like, I know what it's from, I know what it's referencing, but it was never that funny to me. Anyways, that should fix this. Should fix it good. And yeah, seems to be. So, let's see. We have 4 basic capacitors. We could make more. I'm going to want another machine frame. So let's get all the stuff again. So, 4 steel, 4 invar, 4 glass. What else was it? Oh, the iron bars. We need 4 of those. We can do this pretty easily. And then we need 5 iron and energetic alloy times 4. You know, I might just make a couple capacitors because it'll probably be easier. But this stuff goes in here. We need the machine frame. And we put that in there. And the reason why we're doing this, by the way, is we need a fluid transposer. Pretty easy thing to make. It's not that difficult. But in order to use it, we also need a magma crucible. And I will show off why we're going to be doing those here in a second. So let's just get the energetic gear. Is that what it's called? Energetic alloy gear. And there we go. So in order to do the thing I want, so in order to get the dense nether ore, we need to get a pressure chamber from Pneumaticraft. Now, Pneumaticraft is kind of a pain unless you completely cheese it. So if we look at Pneumaticraft, the big block in this is you need air compressor, which we can make that. That's not that difficult. It does require a diamond furnace, but that's easy enough. We have plenty of diamonds, I do believe. And you use that with a couple pipes on a, where is the block? It's right here, pressure chamber, which we can pretty much make. It's just compressed iron, and we'll want like a window maybe. I don't know. We'll make at least the valve. We don't really need the window. Well, actually, we do need at least 1 window. But we're going to make a pressure chamber and we're going to fill it up with air. And then we're never going to touch the air compressor again. Because as long as the chamber is sealed, we don't have to worry about anything. But then how do we get our items out? Well, that's the trick. We're going to use our item dislocator to get items out. But to put items in, we need something from thermal expansion, which is called the dislocation? No. Oh, I know what it is. It's translocation plate, something like that. Right here they are. Translocation plate. This guy. Which in order to make one of these, and that's all we need a fluid transposer. And in order to use this fluid transposer, we need a magma crucible to get the resonant ender, because that's pretty much the only way you can get resonant ender. We could smelt it, I think, but I don't know if we can, because of this temperature. I think 500 is low enough, but I'm not sure how hot lava is. But the plate frame requires some signalum, which is not too hard. We need some destabilized redstone, which we're going to be making stuff for that anyways, and then you just smelt that one up. We can also make that in the... we should be able to make these guys straight from the alloy smelter. Yes. So... and then the only other thing is fused quartz or hardened glass, which, again, alloy smelter. Easy. So we just need a magma crucible and a fluid transposer. So we have all the stuff for that. Oh yeah, we got a little bit more nether quartz. Cool. What else were we doing? So how many, do we have any more? We have 4 basic capacitors. Let's go ahead and take these 4. Actually, we'll keep those for now. I can always go back to the nether and farm up some stuff, so we'll put this stuff away for now. And let's open this basic reward bag. Maybe we'll get some basic bins. Okay. One of these has, yeah, right there. So, how bad is it to make the capacitors again? About as badly as I spell it. The capacitors are a lot of redstone alloy, that's right. It's like 6 each, or you can make these guys, which is just a little expensive. So if I wanted to make 4 of those, I would need 24. I'd need 3 stacks of redstone, and I don't really have that. So yeah, we'll wait on the capacitors from the nether to get the upgraded capacitor bank. So we're going to be jumping out of order a little bit with the quests. We should be making the pulverizer first, and then like the fluid transposer and magma crucible aren't until like down here. Otherwise we can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 machine frames. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's get a stack. Let's get a half a stack of all this stuff, and all I had was a half a stack of glowstone, and we'll get this stuff cooking up. Let's get how many more are we gonna need? So I have 2. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 more. And we can make 5 gears, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're gonna need some more Invar, because it's machine frame basic. It's 4, isn't it? Yes. So we're also going to need a little bit more glass, which is not a problem. Let's just get a stack of glass. Or a little bit extra. So let's see, we're going to need a bit of steel. We're going to need a bit of iron bars. We need 16. And then we need 4 capacitors. So 4 capacitors, iron bars, and steel. Gets us that. We are going to need some Invar, which is just nickel and iron. Do I have more? I have a ton of crushed iron, so let's go ahead and deal with this. Oops, didn't mean to click that. And we'll just make a whole bunch of these things so that we can make all of the thermal expansion machines that we want. So let's see, this, I believe we turn it off. Active without signal, yes. And we'll just throw these guys in there. And let's see, we need 16 Invar. Let's see, let's just do 6. And that'll cook up. So it sounds like we have all of our machine chassis. Put those in there. Do we have 16 energetic alloy? Cool. We have all the stuff we need. Wow, this is actually doing really well. Put this in here. We'll go ahead and make the energetic alloy gears. And put those in there. Now we need 16 glass and 16 Invar. So there's the glass. The rest of that can just cook up, because having extra glass is not a terrible idea. Not at all. How is this doing on power? Honestly, we need to get some Invar in there like now. So we'll just need 8 more. There we go. Just to use up some of that power. Awesome. So let's see, how is this doing? Let's do 33, 24, 15. I think one more would be good, but we can just do let's see, we have 1 ingot of nickel. I think if we put in 1 dust of iron, that'll make the rest. You know, I don't really care about this, so let's just do that. Put the rest in there. And yeah, so we just need 8 more Invar. We should have that. We have, there we go. And now I can just go ahead and put this all in here, and that will make the rest of the stuff. Now while we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and put this back for one, and let's start making all of the thermal expansion machines. So the first one is the pulverizer. It does not have to be resonant. That's just what it says, I do believe. But pulverizer, yeah, right here. This guy requires a machine frame, some copper gears, which we can cast out, a piston, and some flint, and redstone alloy. Ugh, I hate that stuff so much. So let's get a stack of this, and all the iron we have in there for right now. Actually, could we get one more ingot? Certainly can. Let's go ahead and make a bunch of this stuff, because we're going to need a lot of the redstone alloy stuff, I do believe. And we can start making all this stuff. So we need some copper gears. How is this doing? All Invar, all blocks. Cool. So we'll turn that on. Let's take this guy out. We'll put the gear form in. And we need 8 copper. And we turn that off. And put those in. We turn that on. Alright, so that should be pretty much everything we need. We also need a piston, which is going to require some more of these guys. We're going to need a little bit of gold, which we have an ingot right here. So we need something like this. Piston requires this plus that guy, a piece of iron. I think between episodes I'm going to do some sifting because I really need supplies. And no, there we go, that's what it was. So piston, this guy, machine frame, 2 flint, and then the copper gears. So easy enough. I say easy enough because it wasn't super easy, but it's easy enough, I guess. But there is the pulverizer. So we're going to be using this later. Now, I do believe, if we look at the recipe for this, not the recipe, the usage, we can upgrade this just with some gears to the resonant version. So that is really useful. But there we go. There is a quest. And the next one is the redstone furnace. So let's go ahead and look that one up. So the redstone furnace requires 2 more copper gears, another redstone reception coil, some bricks, and our machine frame. I need a piece of gold. So our machine frame, we're going to need some bricks, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're also going to need a single piece of redstone, plus the copper gears. And I think that was pretty much it. Yep, that's pretty much it. So let's get all of this taken care of. There's the redstone. Here is the bricks. And that's going to be pretty much it. So this will give us more things to do here in a second. We'll turn that back on. How are these guys going? So we've got 2 of them now. So we can go ahead and grab them. I'd like to make all of the machine frames through the the one thing, the magma crucible and fluid transposer. So if we can do that today, that would be a successful episode, I do believe. But there's the copper gears and there's the redstone furnace. So that's going to unlock a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff we already have. So Invar we've made, Tinker's alloy we've made. We need to make electrum. We'll worry about that later. The sawmill is something that's going to be kind of awesome to have. So we have 3 basic and a good. So the next is a sawmill. The sawmill requires an iron axe, 2 more copper gears, redstone reception. Yeah, more gold. You know, let's cook up some gold. And we also need to cook up 8 more copper. Let's see, what else did we need? We needed an iron axe, so 3 iron. I don't have any iron in there. And we needed a thing, 2 planks. So iron axe be the first thing we make after the gold. So there's that. I'll get the rest of the gold out in a moment, but we're gonna need to do, probably gonna need a little bit of gold, so let's do that. And we get the redstone reception coil, we'll get the iron axe. This stuff, machine frame, and then copper gears. there's 1, 2, and then might as well get the rest of the ingots of gold out. But that's going to be the sawmill. So the sawmill is going to basically allow us to get a lot more wood for our logs, but honestly, I don't really care. The reason being is we don't really need to worry about it too much. We can just grow the giant trees, cut them down with vein miner, and not worry about anything. So there's the sawmill. We might use it a little bit, we might not, I don't know yet. But there we go. Next is the induction smelter. So the induction smelter is a little bit more complicated. It's invar gears, which we need to cast out. We need another little bit of redstone, iron, we need a bucket. So some of this stuff is not going to be too difficult. We need this much invar. Go ahead and cook that up. So we need to get a little bit more redstone. And we need more iron. Yeah, I really need to sift. So let's get this going. There's the stuff. That cooks up quite quickly. Because we're going to need like 4 more of those at least. So there's that guy. 2 invar, the machine frame, bucket, and then the gears. So there's 1 gear, 2 gears, and we can just walk around and get a bucket. No problem. So there we go. Now all this, we have a whole bunch of iron armor. We can smelt that all down to get more iron if we want. I don't know if that's going to be necessary, to be honest, but the induction smelter. Now in this mod pack, by the way, I should mention that all the thermal expansion machines are incredibly fast. They cook things pretty much instantly. It's a config file thing that the mod maker did, which I appreciate. It makes things go a little bit faster. No need to just sit around and wait, and just kind of wait when you want to make stuff. So it's good for that. But now we're to the magma crucible and the fluid transposer. So magma crucible and fluid transposer. So the magma crucible requires a leadstone energy cell. That's not that bad, but it's more redstone. That is so close to being done. So let's just grab all the redstone we have. I think we're gonna need 9, so we're gonna need 4 more of the redstone things, which is exactly what we have, but we also need a block. So I'm gonna steal a block from this, put that down, grab, where's the one set of glass? Right here. Something like this, and then do we have any lead cooked up? No. Do I have more lead in here? I do. So we go ahead and do this, and just make it nice and neat. So we'll cook up the lead. We'll turn this off right now. We need 8 more invar, and then 8 more copper. And we'll get those cooking up. So as soon as the lead is done, we're going to turn this on. Get 2 blocks of lead, no more, no less, because that's all it's going to make. And then I'm going to turn it off before we start getting gears. Or wait, now this doesn't double it, does it? Oh no, it does. Alright, so we just need 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can make this guy. Now we should have all this stuff. We make 2 of these guys. Leadstone. Oh hey, that was a quest. So let's go ahead and claim that reward. I didn't even realize that was a quest. I kind of forgot about that. So we should have Invar gears. Unfortunately, the Invar kind of went to the bottom. Doesn't really matter. So there's one. We're also going to need some nether brick, which I wouldn't have been surprised if we grabbed some. I don't remember doing that. So what is that? Blast brick. No, I don't see any. And then the last copper gear, there we go. Cool. So, Invar gear. What else is it? Just the 2 things. And then what's the fluid transposer take? A bucket and some glass. Alright, so let's go get a bucket. We also need nether brick, which there's a couple ways to get that, so it's not that hard. Let's make sure that's not stuck or anything. It doesn't seem to be. Let's grab our 2 machine frames. And how are we doing on capacitors? We have 2. So one of these days I'll have enough to get the things I want. So in order to get the last thing, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With 8 netherrack, we can make the stuff we need. We don't need any of this stuff anymore. We just need 2 more glass. I'm going to stick the rest of the glass in here. And yeah, this should make the last 2 machines that we need. So once we have this, there's the nether bricks. There's the magma crucible. And the fluid transposer. So there's that quest and this quest. So there's still more machines and everything to make, but I don't really care about that. I think that's a good stopping point though. So actually let's make a gold chest upgrade. It's 8 gold. Do I have... Alright, well, I'm going to be sifting some stuff to get some more gold. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to upgrade this chest, and I'm going to put all these machines down here. The magma crucible and the fluid transposer will be off to the side. All these guys can go down here. We'll use the redstone furnace and the pulverizer later, but for now, the 2 that we want are these 2. So we have a bunch of reward bags to open. I do want to make sure... Hey, we got a piggy. Also, there was a zombie pigman that spawned, but he's gone now. So before we do too much else, I do want to make sure that there's no other quests that we completed. Alright, so doesn't look like it. So I guess let's go ahead and start opening these reward bags. So we have 3 basics, and we have disc, some walruses, a flux infused hammer. None of those are really interesting to me. We have some good reward bags. Some mana lenses. These are actually really nice. We have a mana lens on here. Can I right click it? Yeah, we have potency and velocity. So those are really nice. I'm gonna put those in here. Somewhere. And let's see, we have 2 more good. Florb sewage and an artifact. What's the artifact? Water breathing. Let's drop it. It'll turn into emeralds because I don't really care about it. We got 25 emeralds. Wow. Maybe we should make our base out of emeralds. That would be insane. But we have 3 greater reward bags. This is gonna be it. So, oh, Wasn't that some quest stuff that we had to have? Oh, cool. So we don't have to make those two things. We just have to make the upgrade package. That's cool. And better furnace energy storage and a heat source. Electric heat source. So you can run these off of RF if you wanted to. Cool. Ender tank. Oh my god. I could have used that a while ago. Not so much the ender tank. The ender tank I don't really care about right now. Probably will care about that later, but right now, whatever. And then finally, a tier 3 chance pendant. Okay. So, we got some good, we got some meh. We got some stuff that we're going to want to use later. I have no inventory space remaining. So I'll deal with that off camera. I'll probably make, let's just actually just make another chest and store things. So we'll put it, we'll put it right here on top of this guy. So I think that's going to be it for this episode. I think next time, though, we're going to take a step back from all of this crafting. We're going to let basically our capacitors build up and all that kind of stuff before we do too much more. Uh-oh. Why are you out of power? Why? Okay. I have no idea why that was out of power, but it was. Okay. So that should start filling up all that. We have 107, 108, 100 and some odd nether quartz. But I think next time we're going to take a break from all of this crafting and building and all that kind of stuff, and we're going to go explore. We're going to go on an adventure. So it should be fun. We probably, hopefully won't die. I need to... How many lives do we have left? We have 3 lives, so we'll probably want to get some... Can we get these? No. Oh well, so I'll have to figure out something if I want some more lives. We might want a few more. Which that just might be... Let's go quest for a bit. I really don't want to deal with that, but like the knapsack, we can make that pretty easily. This will give us extra lives. And honestly, the Aether is not that dangerous that we can't do this. And I think that's what we're going to do next time. Maybe we'll make a couple other things. But we're going to go to the Aether, which is down here in Theta. We're not going to be going to the Labyrinth yet. But I want to go there and start working on getting the next set of armor, which requires Zanite. So Zanite's pretty common in the Aether. It's not too bad. So we're going to go explore the Aether for a bit. We have a power 1 bow. That should be okay enough. But we're going to do some stuff in the Aether and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Something I'm going to do, by the way, is I'm just going to put this guy right here and start getting power so that I can come over here and grab my vibrant jetpack, because we're going to want this more than the chest plate, and we're going to charge that. So I'm just going to let that charge, and like I said, next time we're going to go to the Aether. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!